We are live.
Welcome to Pink Power Live. We are so super excited about tonight. My name is Nikki Westerfield, Ruby Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide.
And I am Kara Flippin, Senior Ruby Ambassador. We are super excited about tonight's call and to have Denise with us. She is going to jump on here and she's going to share her story. She has been soaring through the rank and she has been a part of multi-level marketing for several years now, and she really knows what she's doing. She's building a successful rock stars team, and I am so excited to learn from her, and I hope you guys are as well. So, Denise, if you don't care, will you just share with us your story, your health story, your husband's health story, and your financial story?
Sure. Can you hear me okay, Kara?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Denise Evans. I live in Clarksburg, West Virginia. And, my background has been in oil and gas accounting. And, I've done network marketing for several years. And I had a good friend. Her name is Tanya Simmons, and she's a nurse of mine. And she had told me about this company called Plexus. And I told her, I said, Tanya, I'm not really interested in another company, but, I was, to be honest, I was actually looking for something because, living in West Virginia in the oil and gas industry right now, things is a little scarce. So I was really looking for something and praying, that God would send me something. And, I just really didn't think it would be another network marketing company because actually I was really happy with what I was doing. I just wasn't growing. And so Tanya told me about the sample pack, and I purchased it. And I bought the sample pack for $12, which, I was like, wow, what do I got to lose? And, I've always struggled with my weight. I think since 8th grade, I was in Weight Watchers. So, it's just something I've always struggled with. And so, I had been dieting and trying to lose some weight. And, I can't blame it on my kids because my baby's 17 now. It will be 17. So I can't blame it on her. So, I exercise regularly. I go to Zumba regularly, and I just, always had, trouble losing weight. So I took the pink drink and I tried it, mixed it in my water bottle, shook it up, and I'll just be honest with you all, I kind of tossed it to the side. I had a real negative attitude, and I kind of tossed it to the side. Well, then something happened. I don't know what it was. It sparked me, and I started reading and researching on YouTube about Plexus. I just kind of did my own little, my own homework. And I kept reading these testimonials, and I was blown away with what I had found. And there was a meeting where a gentleman had, he took off his hat and he said a prayer before the meeting, and I was just like, wow, this is so cool that this is seems like a great company with great people. So it really intrigued me, and I did a lot of research, and I called Tanya up, and I said, okay, I'm going to purchase it. So I purchased the double welcome pack for my husband and I ended up selling the one welcome, the other half of it. My husband didn't even get it at that time because my one of my girlfriends says, well, I want it. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. So I had a whole bunch of the sample packs, and I was sampling some of the volleyball moms because that was my that's who I was around at the time because my daughter was playing volleyball. And I just had so many of them was interested in it and telling me they wanted to purchase it. So, before I knew it, a business had started. And, 3 months later, just 3 months later, I lost over 15 pounds. My cholesterol dropped 20 points. I no longer was suffering from restless leg syndrome. And it really helped my anxiety. So there was so many, I was having such great, things with the products. And my husband, about him, he was always having all kinds of wrist pain, and his wrist was bothering him all the time. And I had read about the Plexus Ease, got him on that, and he had went to an orthopedic surgeon. He had, the doctor said he couldn't live on ibuprofen the rest of his life. So, we had taken him to the surgeon, and they had done X-rays, and they had found arthritis all through his thumb area. And so within 2 weeks, he was just saying how much the ease was helping him. And we got him on the slim, and he's lost 25 pounds. And he actually is a Elvis tribute artist, so he's able to fit in his costume a little bit better. And he has to pull his belt up all the time because he's lost so much weight. So we're loving the products, and my daughter takes the products, and we're real happy with them.
That is awesome. And it's done so much for you guys.
It has. I mean,
Wow,
we're like
that's
the
amazing.
we're like the Plexus family now, and we share it, and we definitely are. And sometimes I have two pink drinks a day, like today. Today was a two pink drink day, so I
Hey,
love my
I'll have
Slim, and
those
I
days.
can't go without it.
Oh yeah,
Hmm. Yeah. As far as the
I
financial,
have those days sometimes too.
yes, for sure. And as far as the financial, it's just been a blessing. I mean, you know, gosh, I can't begin to tell you. I feel like it's definitely been a gift from God because as far as the, you know, our little commission summaries came out today, and it's like this is just amazing, and I can just see the growth. And I have a great team growing, and I'm really excited. I love them all, and we're just moving right along.
That's what I keep hearing about you and your Rockstar team and all of the things that you've got going and all the duplication, and that is so great for you guys. But
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Are you still there?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
I don't know.
I
Are you
think,
frozen
Kara,
a
you
little?
cut out when you were talking. You just now clicked back in.
I think there's just a weird connection with all of us. It's a love-hate relationship with technology. You want to go ahead and jump to the first question, Nikki?
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I know that you were involved with another MLM company with before Plexus. Can you share with us um, why you think it's so appealing about this industry? What you think is so appealing about this industry?
Well, I love the industry, and I feel like gosh, it's just like, it's hard for me. I think sometimes it's hard to have that boss, and I like to be independent, and I know so many people do, and who doesn't, when it's hard when someone tells you you can't have a day off or you can't, I know so many of my moms, they want to be home with their kids, and I have so many I've been working with that that's what they want, and I know that, I definitely know that it's possible. And I love the fact that, we get to help others to do that. I mean, it's all about helping other people because when you help people get what they want, then you get rewarded. You get those rewards. So I just feel like, helping others is so great. And, just being able to, and I just feel like network marketing, it's done right, it's just such a financial vehicle to have that, that financial freedom. So to me, it's just, I can't imagine doing anything else. I just love the industry.
I can't believe that I didn't even know this was a thing before Plexus. Like I was totally missing out. Um,
I didn't either.
I didn't even know what I was getting into. So I know you have more experience. So what do you think that makes Plexus so different than any other MLM?
Well, I love the fact that, the 34.95 for someone to sign up and you have the website. It's so easy and it's so duplicatable. I feel like that's huge for people because, where can you start a business for that? I know one time years ago, my husband and I, I've always been this entrepreneur and, I've always wanted bigger and better things for my family, just real business oriented and business minded. And I know one time I purchased a coffee. I did some internet searching, and this was years ago. And I thought my husband was going to kill me because he said, "I cannot believe spent that money, and I bought these machines, and I placed them, and oh my goodness, I can't even tell you it was a disaster." And the money that I had spent, but for 34.95 to be able to have this type of opportunity, it's such a huge blessing and reward for so many people. And I listen to what my ambassadors are telling me or my new people, are they, what's their why, what do they want? And I definitely know that it's so doable for them. Some people it's just to pay for their products, and that's awesome. And some people, want more. And for myself, I want this to be my full time income. So I just know that it's definitely doable for so many people.
It is. That's like what we were saying earlier. Like if somebody like me that had no idea what I was getting into or that Plexus or network marketing was even a thing and can make this like totally supplement my nursing income with it. I mean, that is
Mm-hmm.
insane. That just
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
doesn't.
I tell my ambassadors too sometimes, I know, and I'm guilty of this myself. We love the product so much. we have a tendency to lead with the products, but there's a lot of people out there that are searching for, what an extra $500 can do for a family. And I feel like, it's a gift to also share the opportunity as well.
I know so many people are struggling financially, and that's not something that a lot of people are proud to share or talk about or anything like that. A lot of times we keep it behind closed doors and we don't realize how much this opportunity really can help them, I feel like.
That's right, for sure.
Absolutely. So in your opinion, what are the first things that you do when you're sponsoring, after you sponsor a new ambassador?
Well, when I get someone new on my team, we make sure that we're plugging them in. I always say, it's kind of like a microwave. If the microwave is not plugged in, it's not going to work. And it's the same thing with our business. If we're not
Ooh, I
plugged
love
in,
that.
yeah, if we're not plugged in, it's not going to work for us. So I feel like, the first thing we need to do is make sure, and I make sure that they're, Facebook and social media is so big right now with building our teams. And I feel like we need to get, to make sure that they're plugged in. And I make sure with Facebook that they're on our team page groups. And, that way that they can see every day, what we're, to keep up and keep up with what we're doing and what we're learning. And as far as, I started doing I just kind of felt stuck there at the beginning, and I would sign up, my team was growing a little rapid, and I felt like we were just getting too many people, and not too many people, I mean, we want people, that's what we want, but I just felt like we needed to help them, and so I started doing a 15-minute training with all my newbies. With all my new people, I started doing this little 15-minute training, and then I'm duplicating it so my team can also duplicate it to their people. So that's another thing we've been doing is the training and really getting them involved, and I think that's been helping me a lot with my business.
Do you mind sharing with us some things that you feel like are important in that 15-minute training for a newbie?
Sure, I would love to. I have it printed out on a piece of paper.
I was just thinking that same thing.
I have it printed out on a piece of paper, and I remember, and how I started doing this was, I had a new lady, and she was my friend, and she's a nurse, and she was asking me questions about Plexus. We were Facebooking each other on Messenger, and I said, "Do you have like 15 minutes that we could talk on the phone?" And she said, "Sure," because a lot of times with Plexus and with any type of network marketing, it's a relationship business. So I feel like that phone time is really important because you just get that more personal relationship, and I'm all about building relationships. So the 15-minute training, is kind of more or less done in person. It's not something I could just print this out and send it to them, but I want to get to know them a little bit better, so I started doing it in that sense.
I'm sure that's one of the things that make you such a great leader as well, that you're willing to invest that time into your people and get to know them so you can.
Yeah, I want that. I just feel like it's crucial that and I think that's
That's
one of the things.
awesome.
I think that's one of the things I've been having a hard time with because with Plexus, there's people on my team I don't even know who they are anymore. I don't know all of them, and I want to know everybody because I want that relationship, to build. So I have to learn. I've been learning that you have to your leader, your people will be their leaders, and that's okay too. So, but anyways, if we duplicate this, I just feel like it's going to be phenomenal on our team, and if it can help somebody else, it'd be great. But the first thing I do is I always ask them what their why is because we need to know what their why is, and some people are okay with sharing that, and some people aren't. They're a little quiet, and that's okay because once they get to know you a little bit more before the end of the conversation, before the end of the training, you usually know what their why is because they start to open up. And I always tell them, write down your goals because we know that the goals are so much more obtainable when they're wrote down. So I always ask them, and they don't have to do that right there in front of me, but I just tell them when they go home and they open up their notebook to write their goals and and have them in front of them. Another thing that I do is I make sure that they all have their their email. Like there's like 4 emails I send, and I also want to put that in my files tab on my team page because I was really impressed with the history of Plexus. The fact that it was a breast health company and how it started. Because personal note, I have had 3 breast surgeries, and my mom's had breast cancer, so that was very dear to my heart to learn more about those products. Mm-hmm. So when I saw the history of Plexus, I was like, wow, that's pretty impressive. I like that. And I send them the guide, like the guide to Diamond, and just the product ingredients. So they'll have that at their fingertips in case someone asks, what's in the products. So I send them those emails. And then another thing is, when we were at Columbus for the first training we ever did for Plexus, Tamara Holloway was our Diamond ambassador there, and I was so impressed with her. And she talked about Facebook and how to post on Facebook, and I feel like that was so important that you don't sign up and when you sign up a new person, they just don't go like doing things the wrong way. So I was always talk to them about Tamara's little training about making your post your own and making it more personal. So we talk about we talk about the Facebook, and we talk about maybe them starting their own group page on Facebook if that's something they would like to do. If not, I invite them to use mine because I always tell people I don't think I would have ever purchased Plexus if I hadn't read the testimonials. Those testimonials is really what gripped and got me. So because I saw that it was helping so many, and I couldn't quite figure it all out. And then Barb, my awesome other upline, she said, well, 80% of the immune system is in the gut. And so I had to learn about getting the gut healthy, and boy, she was really right. And so she's helped me a lot in the product knowledge and different things. And so, we just talk about the Facebook, and we talk about, staying compliant and, and how the rules are with that. And then the next part of the little training I do is make sure that they know their website, because, if you sign them up, and did it for them, I always say, are you open for business? Because that website is your, that's going to be to help you to start making money and sign up your people and for your team to grow. And so I ask them, what is your site? Do you know what it is? Do you know how to get into your back office? So we go over all that. And, we talk about that. Then we talk about the, $34.95 to sign up. And I teach them how to, sign up a new person, whether it be shop or join. So we talk about that. And we talk about the preferred customer, and staying on the preferred customer, after this so many months, after month 4, they start to save their money. So we talk about that. And then the last part of it is launch your business and get to silver, so they can get their bonus. And that's really important, and, how to set up their pay portal. And then we talk about, how do you get to silver? What do you do? What are the tips? We talk about, the Facebook, launching a sip and see party or whatever they want to do. We're starting to have meetings in our area. We had one not too long ago, and it was so powerful. And I just felt that was so helpful to our team and to our group. And we even had men there. And my husband came, and so we actually had some men coming, and I have a lot of them responding right now that they're coming back with their wives. So I love that because I want to include them in this.
Mm-hmm.
Pink Drinker
That's
is
so
men
awesome.
too. Yeah. So we talk about that, and then we just kind of close. And by the time we've done all this, it's like I feel like they're talking to me more, and we have that relationship started, and we're building and different things. So we talk about doing one-on-ones, meeting with their friends at lunch or whatever, but just really getting them involved and getting them to silver. So by the time I'm done, and I hung up the phone with this lady, after we got off the phone, she had already signed up a new person and, had signed up some people. And then I did the training with another person, and she did the same thing, and one of them got to silver. So I just felt like this was something so important to do with your new people.
That's probably why a lot of people don't go out and start sharing sometimes, is because of just the fear of not knowing what to do or how to do it, and maybe afraid to, because I know a lot of times whenever I have new ambassadors, they'll be asking me a lot of questions, and they'll always be like, I'm so sorry for bothering you. And I'm like, you're not bothering me. But a lot of people, might think that they don't want to bother you, so they're just not going to do it. So it's really good that you just kind of get it all out there initially. And
Yeah.
I know I personally have been guilty in the past of just kind of assuming that they already know what I know, like they can get it out of my head sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've definitely made that mistake just when they're asking just simple questions about the back office. I'm like, I didn't even go over that with them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I just feel like people need direction, and we have to realize sometimes too that a lot of people have never done network marketing before. Some of them have. I have a new girl right now, and I see her, everything I send her, she's watching it, and I asked her, I said, okay, when can you do your 15-minute training with me? And she scheduled it, and she called me. I gave her my phone number, and she's messaging me and said, okay, I'm going to call you now, and I'm like, okay. So we did her 15-minute training the other night, and I've seen activity. I see her. So when I do the training, I see activity in my group. When I don't do the training, I don't see activity. So it just makes sense.
It speaks for itself.
Yeah, it really does. So it's helped.
That's
It's helping
awesome.
them.
And first impressions are so like important, and I feel like if you're doing that, you're just setting them up to be successful. Like so many people drop off so quick, but if they're set up like that, I mean, like I just feel like they have a better chance of
Right.
posting right away and getting customers right away and sticking with it.
Yeah, you have to help them make money immediately, and then they see that money come in on the 15th or the weekly bonus. They're more apt to stay, and I've seen that so much with my team. That's what has attracted a lot of the people. I mean, they feel great on the products, but then they start to see that extra money coming in. So if you can help someone make extra money really quickly, you're more apt to keep them in your organization.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be where you're going with my next question, but if you have anything to add, then that's also great. But what do you think has made you so successful so quickly?
You know, I think I had a little bit of a head start because, you know, just in all fairness, you know, I've been building relationships for the last 9 years with the previous company, and I knew a lot of people, and that's what, you know, that's what network marketing is. I don't know if you all agree with me, but I just feel like it's a relationship business, and people. It's all about people, and you know, and you know, I don't want everybody to feel like they have to be a people person to do the business, because you can recruit. You know, you can recruit some. It's all about you. It's about your team and your people. So, you know, I just happen to be a person to love people, and I love helping people, and I'm all about people. It's probably one of my favorite things is just getting to know people and getting to know someone. And so I just feel like, you know, you build those relationships, it just makes it, you know, go so much better. But I feel like just really plugging myself in, and I really do Plexus, you know, on a daily basis. Sometimes it's really hard for me to turn it off. And I love it. I love my business. I love what I do. I'm on my phone a lot, but it's just something that I'm really shooting for right now. And in my, you know, situation with my personal, you know, with my other job, you know, I feel like this is something that this is the time. The time is now. So with me, I think it's the sense of urgency, maybe, and also I want to go. I want to go to Hawaii with everybody. So that's another nice incentive as well. And just the fact that I get to help so many people in the way, I get so excited when I see them get excited about their checks. Just like today, I had a couple of them calling me, and you know, was really happy with what they made, and it's very rewarding to me.
I can't hear. Can you guys hear?
Mm-hmm.
I
Uh-huh.
couldn't hear you for a while. Could you, Kara?
Yeah. I was
Okay,
able
good.
to. I'm so glad
Okay,
that you
perfect.
shared in the beginning that you kind of had a head start in this, and like you were experiencing this before, because it really is like we aren't trained this growing up. This is brand new to so many of us. So, and I know I personally had to do that. I kind of had to I still am like going to school for network marketing in this industry as well. So, and um, I've noticed that a lot. Some people that have had like experience in prior companies for a while are people that have been able to soar through the ranks more quickly than some of us that had, you know, no idea what we're doing. So,
Mhm.
I'm glad that you just kind of confirmed that and just shared that with everybody, that, you know, sometimes
Yeah, it's definitely you know, a lot of relationships. I went back to a lot of my people that I had talked to in the past, and a lot of them, you know, they know you, and you know, they're like, okay, you say it's a good product, I trust you, and I'm going to order it. And I'm like, okay. But I went through a lot of those people, and now it's now it's working with some different types of people, and so there is some challenging times. It's not always easy, but once you make that friend and they get on the product, then sometimes you make a best friend because they're so excited with the way they feel. But they're so skeptical at first. But that's our job, is to present to them so we can get you know, not have them not to be skeptical. So I just feel like it'll come around, and it always does.
I agree. And I feel like I can totally understand why people are so skeptical when they have not heard of Plexus before, don't know anything about it, because there are a lot of things out there, and there's a lot of things out there that don't work and stuff like that. So it's not, I mean, I guess I get that. I get why sometimes it's hard for them just to jump on board, with both feet and just go with it without doing anything. They just need to know it's the real deal and it's going to work. And I feel like that 60-day money back guarantee really helps.
It does. It does. It really does. But it's just that, that's our job, and I feel like that's what we need to do. And so that's what I tell people. It will happen. It's just if we talk to enough people and we go through enough people, and some people say no at that time, but eventually they might. I had a lady not too long ago that ordered product and said it didn't work, and now she's back on it for the second time and said, well, I think I need to try this again. So that's what I say, with those relationships you build, you just never know. And I never get upset with people because I feel like maybe it's just not their time, or you never know when they're going to come back to you.
Right.
I was just saying that today, that like I've just had so many people that like they quit too soon, or they're not taking the products consistently, or they're not getting their water, and they always come back for their second time. They really do. They always do. It's so crazy. But I agree with the building relationships too. I remember when I started, like I just wanted to be friends with everyone who I like went to high school with, or like went to church with when I was little, or whatever, like whatever connection I could think of that I had, I was adding them to Facebook like crazy. And it's just amazing. Like you don't really realize how many people you know until you start thinking like about everyone you've known your whole life.
For sure.
Do you have the next question, Nikki? Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yes, I do. Do you feel like that you need to make your business a priority to achieve your goals? And can you share with us how you go about working your business? I know you kind of shared a little bit about that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like it has to be a priority. I mean, I know some people, they'll do it for a couple of days and then they'll turn it back off, and then, they're wondering why their business isn't growing. And I just feel like it has to be something, you have to treat it like a job. I know, and a lot of people don't take that seriously because it's $34.95 to sign up, and they don't take it serious. So I just feel like you have to really take it serious and treat it like a job, and things will happen. Oh, I feel like I'm losing you guys. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
I can hear you perfectly.
Okay, good. I just felt like I was losing you for a second. But yeah, you just have to take it serious and really. My husband just brought me down something. He's listening to the call, and he said, "Give people samples." He's right. You really have to do the samples. I mean, I love that 7-day challenge that we always have going on, and that's a way to get new people to try the product. So the 7-day challenge has been real successful for us and our team, and getting people to try the product, because hey, what's 7 days? Anybody can do something for 7 days and try it. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm addicted to the pink drink. I just drink it all the time. I love it.
I love it too.
I do too.
Yeah,
And those 7-day challenges are amazing. Like I love it. And you know what? Like it's such a huge turnaround, like for people that like stick with it to buy the 30 days and become a preferred customer.
Yeah, it's great. And a lot of the preferred customers, I've noticed that on our teams that, when we get them to be a preferred customer, eventually, they see how great the products are and they will decide to do the ambassador. So we're really working on our team a lot of that, because I have a lot of a couple of girls on my team that have so many preferred customers. Their PV is phenomenal. And so we're working on getting them, to the next level, to gold. So a lot of people in the for rank advance for gold this month. So I'm really excited to see what this month brings.
That's awesome.
Are you shooting for Ruby this month?
I am. It's. I was hoping it would happen last month. I wanted it so badly, but I love May. May's such a great month, so May will be good for Ruby. I'm definitely shooting for Ruby in May.
That is so exciting. Awesome. I can't wait until you reach it.
Yes, it's going to be exciting. So I can't wait.
Point stocking and seeing everybody rank advance at the end of the month is, oh my, it's so much fun. It's like an adrenaline rush for me, like looking at everything.
It is. It is.
Yes.
It's so cool. And I had so many of them last month that were, I had one lady that was very close to senior gold, and she'll definitely do it this month. And I have another couple of team members, and so many of them, like after I did the 15-minute training, they just got silver. And I'm like, okay, now I need to start another training with what do you do to get gold? Most of the time by then they already know. They got it. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just getting them that little push, then they're good to go.
Yeah.
So do you do the training, with just your level ones, the 15-minute training, or do you do it with like your level twos and threes and stuff too?
A lot. I have one lady right now that's really building, and she asked me until she gets, until they feel comfortable. And, I don't know how you all feel, but I know three-way calling is so important, and a lot of people do that. And if you get like a small group of three together, I just feel like it's powerful, and it's validation. And so what we do is, my level ones will call me up and say, I have a new person. Would you be willing to meet us at Panera for lunch or after business hours? And I'm like, absolutely. If my calendar's free, you bet I'm going to do it. I mean, I'm all about it because, you want to help your team, to achieve that. So they hear me say it for a couple times, and then all of a sudden they're ready, and then maybe they're going to be doing it with their team members. So I just feel like it's the duplication model, and it's so important. But I'll do it with anybody that asks me to do it. And if my level ones or my level twos couldn't do it, they're too busy or, it's just not going to work out with their schedule and I'm available, I will do it.
That's awesome. That's good that you make
That's
yourself
awesome. So you kind
like,
of check in with,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll just, and I just tell them, because so many people now, but a lot of my level ones or twos are coming to me and asking me, will you do the 15-minute training with my new person? And I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And they hear it, that's the thing is they hear it and they hear it a couple times, and then all of a sudden they've got their little guide and then they're doing it themselves. So.
that's
That is
awesome.
that is how I learned in the beginning. Like I just went to opportunity meeting after opportunity meeting and I was just like listening to them say it over and over again. So then eventually I felt like I could do that.
Yeah, I always say it's not rocket science. It's just being a good student and learning. And I like when I'm working at my desk. If I'm doing any oil and gas stuff, you can guarantee that my phone's on, not music. It's not on music, even though I love music. On a video or a training or some type of stuff that's on our team pages that our uplines are posting because they post such great stuff that is feeding our brain with good things. And I have one ambassador, and she's such a good student, and she's learning, and she's maybe dabbled in network marketing before, but never really took it serious until Plexus. And she started out with just wanting to get her products for free. And now her why has changed, which we know, a lot of people's why changes. But she has a lot of travel time, going back and forth from her home to her work. So she listens to the videos and, the audios on her, way back and forth. And I just feel like people, if they fit it into the nooks and crannies of their day, they're going to have success. So you learn that. You just hear it repeatedly, and you're going to know, when we did a meeting and she did the meeting and she did the products, it was just going off the tip of her tongue because she's really she's plugging herself in.
So you're a believer in personal development.
I sure am.
I'm always preaching that to my team. I feel like how important it is. So again,
It's
I love all the confirmations from our guests and stuff that share like just how important it is to constantly be educating yourself and growing it.
It is, and I have still
Yeah.
so much to learn. I mean, I feel like I'm still learning so much. And I hear something, and I just wrote down something the other day. I made a little notes here of something I was listening to the other day, and I loved it. And I want to go back. I actually listened to it twice. But I just feel like feeding our minds with good, positive things, and knowing that it's so much, that it's so possible. And I probably watch diamond documentaries constantly. I don't know about you all, but I'm in love with those diamond documentaries because, and I think about mine. That's what they say. I can't wait to have my diamond documentary, and I know it will happen. It's a matter of time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm always
That's
so
so awesome.
excited after I watch those. Like so motivated and encouraged and like.
Yep. If somebody's having a bad day or they're saying, I was like, just watch a diamond documentary. No,
Yes.
they're really awesome.
So, what vision do you see for your family, and what doors do you feel like this particular opportunity has opened for you?
Well, you know, my family, they're asking me why I'm not Emerald yet. And I just tell them, I'm like, hey guys, I'm doing the best I can. We will get there. I have a very close family and they're great kids, and I have a great husband, and he's very encouraging. And you know, that's the thing is when that's the thing, we're really trying to build our team here in Clarksburg, Bridgeport, Morgantown, West Virginia. I'd like to have and I know that's one great thing too I love about network marketing is, you guys are far away from me, but we can still with technology, even though sometimes it's not always, we have these little errors that happen. It's still so cool. I have a team at Rowan and Beckley, a lady that I met in my previous company, and we do Zoom trainings, on a regular basis, and they're so powerful. And I love the fact that we can do that and connect with people. So, it's the vision and meeting people in different areas. I have a lady now in Massachusetts I met that's on products, and I have another lady in oh gosh, I can't remember where she's from. And then I have a lady, my sister lives in North Carolina, and she has a lady that we did the 7-day challenge, and then she just messaged me the other day and said her mom was interested in products and was asking me pricing and different things. So I love the fact, with the industry that we can just all over, so it's endless. It's just an endless opportunity for so many people. But, with my family, I just see, my husband's a silver. He got the silver. And I see both of us just really building Plexus. He tells everybody about the product. Sometimes I think he should take the lead because, when we're at restaurants or something, he's got his business card and asking me for one of mine. So I definitely see us as a Plexus family and really growing and helping a lot of people. But, it's so rewarding when you hear, I was just reading a testimony before we got on the call. One of my ladies posted about her husband actually made the post, and he was posting about his back, how bad his back was, because Jack was telling him about the ease, and he actually got on it, and he's having tremendous results from that, and not having the pain that he had had. So it's very rewarding when you can help someone, to have that type of relief and different things. So as far as my family, I know for a fact that this is just like seeing the check today, I was like, wow, this is so rewarding. And I know it's just, I love that. And I know that for sure that we'll definitely be at the top. It just takes time. It's all about timing.
And I will validate the ease, or my husband can. He uses the ease all the time because he's a carpenter, so he does a lot of hard labor and has a lot of back issues from that, and he loves it.
Mhm. Yeah. So yeah, so many
My
people
mom takes ease for her back too and loves it.
Yeah, it's such a great product. It really is.
Well, thank you so much for all of your time and everything that you shared with us. You are absolutely gorgeous, like we told you before on the
I
call.
know,
But
she is.
you are just so. I mean, I can definitely. You're so relatable, and I mean, I feel like your team is just so lucky to have you as a leader and to be able to look up to you and have somebody that is so successful to learn from and just follow, duplicate, do what you do. So.
Thank you guys. I just really appreciate you. You guys are beautiful.
I'm really excited for you.
I kept watching. I've been watching the Pink Power Live, and I was like, from last week when the McCalls was on, I was like, oh gosh, that's a tough act to follow. I actually thought about bringing my husband down and having him do a song for you or something, or singing, because.
Hey, you could have totally had him on here. We would have loved it.
I was like, how are we supposed to follow that? I mean, they were so awesome. They were so good. So I really enjoyed that. I know a lot of people on my team enjoyed that call too.
Well, you did amazing. I think a lot of people are going to learn from our call tonight. You did amazing.
Great. I'm glad. I always feel like if I can help someone, it's worth it. And it's just a great place to be. It's a great time to be in with Plexus.
Mhm. Well, we definitely appreciate your time, and
amen, sister.
You be willing to invest in us and our whole team. So thank you so much, and I hope you have an incredible night. And I will be looking for you going Ruby at the end of May.
I will do it.
I was just about to say that. Yes.
I will do it. Yes. Thank you all.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.